Growing up in Bali, it's a paradise island. I would travel all around the country when I was a kid, go scuba diving, go surfing, and it was beautiful. Indonesia is the biggest archipelago in the world. There's 17,000 islands in this country, but there's not one island that's not covered in plastic. I've been living here for 20 years, and every year I've been seeing it get more and more covered in plastics. Most of the waste generated by the thousands of people living in Banyuwangi ends up on a riverbank, and every time it rains, that tumbles into the river and makes its way to the ocean. 80% of plastics in the ocean come from rivers. If we can stop plastic from reaching the ocean in the first place, we stand a chance at fixing this issue.
This makes you think, if you could put a barrier in that river, this wouldn't be here. And that's what we're all about. It's how do we stop these disasters from happening?
So we're on a mission to stop plastic from going into the ocean by installing simple barriers in rivers to make sure that we catch as much plastic as possible before it has a chance to reach the ocean. We've installed 180 barriers so far since starting Sungai Watch 2.5 years ago. With Corona, we have 20 barriers that we clean every day. And every day we're pulling 500 kilos to 1,000 kilos of plastics just from our 20 barriers in Banyuwangi.
The mangroves is sort of the last resort, natural barrier to stop plastics before it goes into the ocean. It's been a disaster relief focus of ours for the last 2 years. We've pulled around 200,000 kilos of plastics from the mangroves.
What we're doing at Sungai Watch is the hardest type of recycling because the trash is so dirty. People throw it in a landfill, it sits there for months or years, falls into the river, gets combined with mud, and then that's when we collect it. All that trash gets brought back to our facility where we sort the trash to properly upcycle, recycle every waste stream into something that has more value.
This is our sorting facility. All the trash we collect from our 20 barriers, it gets dropped off here. The idea is that every day trash comes in, the following day it's sorted into 30 different materials. Once it's sorted, it goes to our secondary process, sorting bags by color. So once we sort by color, it gives us more chance to recycle the materials. Third process is doing what we call brand auditing. Within one material, there's so many different brands. And the reason we brand audit is because then we're able to understand who are the biggest polluters. And by doing that, we're able to then start a conversation with them around how they can improve their single-use packaging. Every year, we release a report where we showcase our data, how much trash we collected, what is the percentage breakdown of the waste, what are the most polluting items that we find in the rivers, and also who are the biggest polluters. This is a very multi-stakeholder problem, so we need to get these companies to be involved, we need the government to be involved, and there's really no better way of finding solutions than by showing the data.
We don't want to be cleaning our rivers every day for the rest of our lives. I think our barriers are just the beginning.
After cleaning the mangroves up, we're seeing them come back to life. The shoots coming back up, and it's one of the most beautiful things of seeing how resilient nature can be. And this just gives us hope that if we let nature rest, if we don't trash it, if we don't destroy it, nature can come back.
We need to work upstream and stop plastic from getting into the rivers in the first place.